Hey, what's up, everybody? Real Fan 2018, and today I'm going to be talking to you about solar winds and how you can stay safe from them. Solar winds is when a solar particle is released from the sun. Luckily, if it's one, then it would usually approach the Earth, but luckily it will hit the magnetic field, but it will go in a different direction. The magnetic field shields us from solar winds. But a solar storm is when multiple streams of solar particles come, and it's so strong they put them together and it makes a solar storm. It's a storm from the sun crashes into the Earth's magnetic field and lands into the Earth's atmosphere. Luckily, the Earth's atmosphere acts like the magnetic field and it diverts them. However, solar storms can still affect our technology, so we still need to be prepared in case of a solar storm. There may be one in July 2025. So here's some advice for those today and those that are watching this video in 2025. And if anyone's watching this video in August of 2025, then comment down below. Was there a solar storm or not? Because they now say that the solar storm may happen in 2025. So if anyone's watching this video and that, then let me know if there was. Okay? So here's what to do in case that happens. So, and be sure to watch this video in 2025 to prepare. So gather some food and water and stock up. If you don't, then you must save your food for as long as possible. And fill up your bathtub. Stay indoors because being outside can increase your risk of being exposed to solar radiation. And don't go out in public because there's no electricity to power the fire alarm panels. So that means that if there's a fire in the building, you won't know that they won't know that, and then you could get burnt. So the best thing to do is to stay at home because since there's no electricity to power the fire alarm panels, I wouldn't recommend you go out in public during a solar storm. The best thing to do during a solar storm is to stay at home and turn off anything that can catch fire. Luckily, there won't be any electricity, so that should keep the hazardous things from catching the fire hazard things from working. So that means that you can have a slighter risk of being involved in a fire. And install lightning rods in your house. Do your best to keep. Luckily, there will be no electricity. Since there's no electricity to power the lights, there won't be a short circuit. But you can install lightning rods in case a thunderstorm strikes to prevent a fire from happening in the first place. Because you do not want to be outside, because again, it can increase your risk. And do not go out in public, because not only that, but so install a lightning rod in your house for that, just in case lightning hits your house. That way you won't catch a fire, because again, being outside can increase your risk of being exposed to solar radiation. Not only that, but your smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors also won't work because there's no electricity. Since there's no electricity, so you could just do everything you can to give you a 0% chance of catching fire, since there's no electricity to power the smoke detectors. And again, stay home. Do not go out in public until the power grids are fixed. Okay? And you should use candles and light anything, but be careful. Don't make a fire in your house. Because remember, then you'll have to go outside, and then which you don't want to be, because that can increase your risk of being exposed to solar radiation. Not only that, but even if you did stay inside, but not only that, but again, your smoke detectors won't work because there's no electricity. So do everything you can to prevent a fire from happening in the first place. If your stove is still working, do not use it, because if your stove is still working, do not use it at all, because that is a fire hazard. Do not use your coffee pot if it's still working. You should probably have a salad for dinner, or maybe you should just cook food before the solar storm and make sure you keep it in a hot place, which will probably have hot areas, hot safes to keep meat in by 2025. Hopefully we'll have that technology and you can put it in your hot safe and you should keep your meat hot. But if you don't have a hot safe, maybe a salad instead. So even when the solar storm stops, you still want to stay home. You can go outside because there's no solar radiation, but you still want to stay home. Stay home. Everyone should be in lockdown like during the COVID-19 shutdown. However, since there's no electricity to power iPads like what I'm using right now, you won't be able to do Zoom calls which will be so the 2025 solar storm lockdown will probably be much worse than the COVID-19 lockdown because there will be no electricity to power the iPads or phones, so we won't be able to do any Zoom calls. So that means we'll have to just do homeschooling, which I did during the COVID-19 lockdown, but we'll have to do homeschooling the entire time, or we'll have to write letters because there's no electricity. So we're just going to have to get used to it, but hopefully the power grids will get fixed. It can take years, so maybe you can help them, but you have to get some cash to help them, and you can be famous. So be sure to get some cash. So before the solar storm, be sure to get as much cash as possible because there won't be electricity to power the ATMs and banks. So be sure to open up your piggy bank and swear jar and get as much money as possible, as much money as you can to repair the power grids. Okay? Hopefully, do not travel because the higher you are, the more significant your chances of being exposed to solar radiation are. And also, a plane cannot protect you from solar radiation like a house. It's not strong enough. No vehicle can protect you from solar radiation. A house, yes, but not a vehicle. Not only that, but the air traffic control will also lose contact with all the planes. Planes can have them traveling in the wrong direction, or some might even collide. So be sure to, again, stay home. Do not travel. Yes. Do not get on a train. Don't even ride the subway either. Don't even ride the subway either. Because if you think your rush hour commute is horrible now, imagine it'd be much worse if the system stops during a solar storm. So do not travel at all. If you live in you must stay in the country that you live in. If you live in England, stay in England. If you live in America, stay in America. If you live in Canada, stay in Canada. Stay in the country that you live in. If you are visiting a different country, then you should probably go home. But hurry up. Hurry up when you get home because you should probably go home in June. So if you're visiting a country and you're scheduled to be there from May to August, you should probably cancel your things and go home in June and get ready. Okay? So now you know. Hopefully we'll be prepared for 2025. Thanks for watching.